everyone. Welcome to The Zest, the official podcast of Orange Coast Magazine. I'm Chelsea Ranieri, and today's guest is the head of global artistry at Urban Decay. He's worked with celebrities such as Tinashe, BB Rexa, and Chloe Cherry, and you may have seen his popular makeup tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for being here today, Steve Kassajikian.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here with you and excited to chat beauty.
Me too. I grew up loving Urban Decay. I remember when the Naked palette came out and I was like asking for that every single Christmas. It's like, I still love it.
I mean, it's like a cult following for
it is
ever and ever. It's like, you know, if you're a naked girly, like you are in beauty.
Yeah, exactly. So where did you grow up?
So I was born in Amman, Jordan, but I moved to the U.S. when I was a year old, and we moved to Orange County. So I grew up my whole life here in Southern California.
Very cool. I actually have a couple of friends who are from Jordan too.
Get out. I love that.
Small world. So I can kind of remember when I first started really getting into makeup, like middle school, I would like sneak home like blue eyeliner from Walgreens and stuff like that. Do you remember when you were first drawn to makeup?
Yeah, I always had a fascination with it because of my mom. Like I'm a mama's boy, like true and true. So I used to always like be with her, and I used to love watching her get ready. And just like the way a little bit of makeup would transform her always like kind of like amazed me. And I feel like that's where I started really loving it. Cause when I got to an age where I'm one of three boys, I'm the oldest, but we're all 1 year apart. So when I got to an age where like she would leave me behind if she had to go to the grocery store and she would take my siblings, that's when I would like was my opportunity to get into her stash.
Yeah.
And like really play around with stuff and like, you know, hide it before she got back home. So that was kind of like my start of playing with makeup and also seeing the transformative power of makeup.
Do you remember like what makeup you were drawn to, like what you loved playing with?
Oh yeah. Well, she to this day, she wears the same shades and colors. Of course, it's Urban Decay now.
I love that. That's so cool.
She always wore this like, it's a shade we have called mildew. It's like this like mildewish green eyeshadow because she has hazel eyes. So anytime she wore that shade, she got so many compliments. So she lived for it.
Ooh, that sounds so pretty.
So I was drawn to that and eyeliner and her lipstick. She always wore these like really pretty like nudish pinkish lipsticks, and I used to always put them on when she wasn't looking.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you have really pretty eyes too, and I love how you did your eye makeup. It really stands out.
Thank you.
So you started working at the Benefit Beauty Counter at Macy's when you were 19 years old. Why did you choose that brand specifically to work for?
Yeah, so I graduated high school in 2005, went to college for a year, and, you know, school just, I was like, isn't for me. I just don't see myself doing anything with this. So I dropped out, completely freaked out my traditional Middle Eastern parents. I said, I want to get into beauty. It's what I love. It's a passion of mine. And I just want to see like what that world is like and just dive into it. So I remember I went to the mall and I said, I'm going to apply at every makeup place I can find in this mall. Walked into the Macy's. It was my first place I walked into. And I kind of looked around, and MAC was always like, wow, like incredible for me, but so intimidating.
Oh, interesting. How come?
I knew nothing about makeup or didn't really have a lot of the experience. So to me, I was just like, okay, I cannot start at MAC. That's where I get to, but that's not where I start. Because everyone at that counter, you know, we're talking 2006. So, you know, everyone at that counter,
I remember.
like, beats and like just had a persona, and I was just like, okay, I'm not ready for that. But I looked around and I saw, you know, there was Chanel and Lauder and Clinique and like a lot of these like traditional brands that didn't really fit my vibe, because I was like, you know, still trying to figure myself out. I was newly like came out in senior year of high school. I was starting to get tattoos, and I look over and Benefit, just like everyone was kind of young and they were playing music and having a good time, and everyone had like kind of a different sense of style than the other makeup counter. So I was just like, that kind of seems like a fun fit for me. So I approached the counter and I said, hey, I'm interested in working for this brand. Are you guys hiring? Their business manager was there and she said, are you available to audition? I need you on the floor for 4 hours. Because back in the day, they used to audition you for a couple
4 hours?
Yeah, which they don't do anymore. for I'm sure legal reasons.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, and I was just like, yeah, so literally put me on the floor, showed me a couple things, and they were like, we just want to see how you work with people and like how you can get people to sit down.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did it, went great, sold product. I was like BSing it the whole time, you know? But I'm a huge people person, so it was like fun for me to do that. And yeah, by the end of my audition, I got the job.
Wow.
And so they were like, we're gonna go ahead and offer you a job. We'll get like your paperwork together and all of that. And yeah, 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later, I started. So it was literally the first place I went to, the first place I applied at, and I got the job. So I felt like the stars were aligned for me that day.
Yeah. That's so nice. It always looks like so fun working at a makeup counter. Do you have any favorite memories that you can share of working like doing that?
Yeah, I think for me, the best part was like finally having like a community
Yeah.
where like I learned so much because again, I was so green and working at the counter. One, you make so many new friends, right? I just built like this new friendship and kind of started having a better understanding of the industry.
Mhm.
And I always assumed like working at a counter, I'm like, oh, it's going to be so fun. We're just going to do makeup all day and hang out.
Yeah.
But I really got to understand that it's a business.
Hmm.
And of course, you do makeup and you have fun doing it, but at the same time, it is a business. So you have to treat it as one too. So I learned a lot. I learned how to hustle. I learned how to, elevate my skill set, how to clientele. But I think what I took from it the most was the community and the friendships that I made, which I'm still friends with so many of those people to this day.
Oh, I love that. So how did you come to start working with Urban Decay?
So at Benefit, I was there for about 2 years. In 2008, Urban Decay was launching in Macy's.
Mm.
They had just launched their first counter at South Coast Plaza in Costa Mesa, and they were
Mhm.
looking to open up a second location in Southern California, which was at the location I was at, which was Macy's in Brea.
Oh, cool.
And not knowing that a lot of people from Urban Decay at that period had come from Benefit because our current CEO at the time in 2008 was the prior CEO to Benefit.
Whoa.
So they were in Macy's kind of scouting to see if they wanted to launch in that store because they didn't know which location they wanted to open up for as their second counter. And I actually pulled one of the women thinking she was a random customer to ask her to try something. And she was just like, oh, I used to work for Benefit and I love that you're trying to sell it to me. She goes, what's your name? And we started talking. She goes, you should come work for us. And I was just like, who is this lady? And then I was just like, you know what? Urban Decay always seemed like such a fun, edgy brand. And, it
Yeah.
was, again, I was getting tattoos at the time, and Urban Decay was all about show us your tattoos, be wild, like express yourself. And we love men in makeup. So no other brands were doing that at the time.
Oh, wow.
So I was just like, you know what? I got to take a leap of faith. And they kept pursuing. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I went in, put in my 2 weeks, and 2 weeks later started with Urban Decay at the counter, which was like such a wild time because even though Urban Decay at that time had been out for like 12 years, it was still not a super massive known brand.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when I started really getting into it. I think, yeah, probably around 2008 in high school.
Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy. Like it was a glass casing with our
Uh-huh.
products in it. And that was our counter. Like we
Oh,
had
what?
5 liquid foundation shades, 2 concealer shades. The darkest was me tan. Like we had 2 brow pencils. Like it was like one makeup was so different back then, right? But
Yeah.
it was like it was such a like indie small brand.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember their mascara. I was like obsessed with that. It was
Was
like
it
a super thick brush.
the big
Yeah,
fatty
that one.
mascara? Oh, you're bringing me back memories. I was obsessed
Yeah, I
with mascara.
loved that one. So how did you get to become the head of global artistry? And can you talk a little bit about what that role is?
Yeah, so I started with Urban Decay at the counter in 2008.
Hmm.
I was at the counter until about 2010. Then I transitioned into our field team. which is we have field team all over the
Uh,
US, which handles different markets and territories where we go into different retailers and build that rapport and relationship. So I
oh,
did that for a few years. I did that with Ulta, then Sephora. And then in 2014, we were launching freestanding stores, which was a new adventure for Urban Decay.
uh-huh.
And so they pulled me aside and had me kind of jumpstart that. So I took over that realm of our business.
Mhm.
And then in 2018, they were like, "Hey, can you come chat with us?" So I drove to the office and they were like, "We feel that the brand really needs to have a different like point of view when it comes to artistry, and we need to elevate that category. And we think you'd be a great person
Oh,
to represent that in the brand, and we'd like to offer you a global artist role." And I was just like, "Oh my
oh
god, like
my
what?"
God.
And it was just crazy because I started off doing makeup at the counter, and then my path kind of took me through the business route more than artistry and education. And then to
Mhm.
go full circle and go back to what I love and my passion, which is artistry,
Yeah.
was like so amazing. Like, I mean, I was like crying. I was like, absolutely, like this is a dream job. So
Yeah.
now, flash forward to now, I'm head of global artistry for the brand. And I think it was really cool for me at the time too, because there wasn't a lot of male figures representing like big brands like Urban Decay.
Hmm.
A lot of brands artists were female, so I thought that was like
Yeah.
so cool too. Especially me, like Middle Eastern gay boy. I never dreamed of like being a face of
Oh,
such a massive brand. So it was
yeah.
just I couldn't believe it. I was like so honored. So in my current role, I work really closely with our social team to create content for the brand and also for our retail partners. I help
Mhm.
launch the brand in different countries and then also
Oh,
go and
cool.
support those countries too for our retailers within those countries, specifically like Australia, which is a Mecca, which it's like Mecca's like the Sephora of Australia.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
And then I do all media and publications on behalf of the brand. Um, I help host events, host seminars. I go to New York pretty often to do desk sides with editors. So
Oh, what's
basically,
that?
anything face forward, I'm a part of, and always like little projects. Anytime we work with celebrity talent, I'm honored to get to do their glam. So it's
Yeah.
honestly a dream job. I get to do what I love, meet amazing people, and travel the world. Like I don't like
Oh,
what
so
is
cool.
this
Yeah.
real?
Oh, so in Tinashe's makeup in that photo, oh my God, so gorgeous.
I mean, she is like perfection and the
Yeah.
sweetest person.
Oh, I love that so much. That's such an amazing story. I love how that came together. That's like my favorite type of story.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
of course. Okay, so I have a couple questions about TikTok. 'Cause I absolutely love your TikTok page. And there's so many different trends that go around. So I've seen, trends where they're talking about you need a liquid blush and then also a powder blush and then all these other products. If you were just to pare it all down, what are three Urban Decay products that you need for like an everyday look?
Okay, so I would say a 24/7 pencil, whether it's an eye or a lip.
Mm.
I'm obsessed with our 24/7 pencils. I feel like they're kind of like sleeper products because
Uh-huh.
you can, I mean, one, we have a array of shades, so that any color you want, we have. Two, I love using them as a liner or even just like all over smudged as a shadow. So it's like fast
Ooh.
and easy, and they don't budge. And
Oh,
fun
what?
hack, you can like break the tip of the pencil off and add just a little bit of eyeshadow primer potion and you make an all day creaseless cream shadow.
Whoa.
My
Oh,
favorite
that's such
thing
a
to
good tip.
do, especially like to use as a base if you're going to do like a smoky eye or a colorful eye.
Yeah.
Okay, so that then I would do I'm obsessed with our Vice lip bond.
Ooh.
So it's a basically a vinyl all day wear lip color. I sometimes I'll take a little bit and just like pop it on the cheeks too. Um,
Oh,
and but
smart.
it does not move, but it stays glossy because of that
Ho-
vinyl effect. It's the best. You just have to shake it really well and then let it dry. But once it's on, it's on. And trust me, we've tested it on like white sneakers, t-shirts, made out. It doesn't move. And then the third must-have product, I'm going to just say something fun, is going to be our 24/7 moon dust. Have you used moon
Ooh,
dust?
no, I haven't.
Moon dust is like the most gorgeous three-dimensional glitter. It's like it's microfine shimmer. So you can use it on its own
Oh,
for like a sheer effect, or you can pop it on top of anything to turn anything into like a diamond shimmer.
how
Specifically Space
pretty.
Cowboy is translucent, so you can wear that on its own or just like on top of anything, and it is so magical, especially when the light hits it. I need to hook you up with these because
Oh
it'll
my
change.
God, I would love. Yeah, that sounds amazing. So is it like a highlighter or you can like literally use it anywhere you
You
want?
can use it on your cheeks.
Uh-huh.
It's really this like super shimmery, like, but it's super fine shimmer. So it's
Yeah.
just it's beautiful. It went viral on TikTok, which is so crazy because we
Wait, I've
launched
seen that. I
yeah,
have
we
seen that
launched
on
like 10 years ago.
TikTok.
And it just went viral like a year ago. Just like the power of social media.
Yeah. How does when something goes viral, like how does that affect your job?
I mean, it's like, okay, we got to film this content. What are your tips for this product? We got to get this out. And then all the
Yeah.
retailers want content about it too. So we're just going to like full force, like content creation.
How funny that like something from so long ago like resurfaces like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. The power of TikTok. Honestly,
yeah,
TikTok is
literally,
like can make anything go viral. It's insane.
literally. Do you have like how do you come up with new content ideas, like including like the viral when things go viral? But
Yeah, we have an amazing social team. So love
oh, cool.
working with the social team, but also like I'll get inspired by other trends or other artists, or even like I'll see like random things when I'm out, whether it's like a building or plants or whatever. A lot of those things inspire me too to create like certain looks for content.
No way, that's so creative. Like how so? Can you give like an example?
Yeah, like a building will have like a cool shape, right? So I'm like, oh, that would be like kind of like a cool eyeshadow shape or an eyeliner shape, or like the colors of flowers kind of make me like, oh, I should pair these shades together. That would be kind of like a cool eye look.
Oh my God, that's so creative.
Like
I
I
love
love
your.
watching people do makeup, and I love watching other artists too because I just like on one, I say you never stop learning. So I'm
Mhm.
constantly like learning, and it's the only way you continue to like elevate your skill set. And then two, it's like so inspiring too.
Yeah. Do you have like a go-to way that you do your makeup every single day, or do you switch it up? Like,
Yeah, for on myself, yes, I'm
uh-huh.
pretty like standard. My everyday is just like concealer, bronzer, brow, setting spray. But when I do makeup on others, I love switching it up. And it
Yeah.
really depends on the occasion or what the client wants. But I love doing fun, bold, crazy looks, but I also enjoy like, Hollywood glam.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love all the looks that you make on your Instagrams too. But like, okay, so I saw on TikTok and this isn't driving me nuts. There's like debate about blush placement. Like I saw you're supposed to put it like up high on the cheeks, but then I saw makeup artists say, no, you're supposed to put it on the apple of your cheeks because that's where you would naturally blush.
Mhm.
Like, where do you like putting it?
See, I mean, there's really no wrong way to apply
True.
blush. Like it's really preference. So because a lot of times people say like, "Oh, you're doing it wrong," I'm like, there really isn't a wrong way. It just depends on what you're into. For me, I always like have done the traditional placing it like on the apples of the cheeks, but I've
Uh-huh.
really been loving placing it like on the cheekbone, like higher, like towards like the under eyes. I just feel
Yeah.
like it gives like this really like ethereal like glow to the skin. So that's like my current obsession.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna try that now. Do you have any other trends that you've seen that you're loving?
Yeah, denim eyes are in right now, which I love because I love blue and cobalt blues and like
Uh-huh.
shimmers. So anytime there's a trend with like color, I'm obsessed with it.
That's
And
so
also
fun.
like one of my favorite trends, just because I think it's like such a sexy eye, is like the siren eye.
I okay, how do you do that? Do you have to have a certain eye shape for it or can anyone do that?
No, it's really just pulling everything out. So more
Okay.
so out and then out in the corner as well, so that you like elongate your eyes.
Ooh, okay. So how the corner one always messes me up. What tool do you use to get that little tiny line?
You can use a really precise like felt tip liner, or
Okay.
What I like to do is, I use those painter brushes. It's not a
Uh-huh.
makeup brush. It's like those painter brushes that are really thin.
Mhm.
So I'll use that with like, what I'd like to do is dip into powder, shadow, and then use all-nighter
Oh,
setting spray. And because you can use all-nighter setting spray on any eyeshadow to create your own liquid shadows, or even the
no
liquid
way.
liners. So a lot of the times, if there's like a liquid liner I cannot find, I
Uh-huh.
create my own.
That's
And
so
that's the
cool.
easiest way, because then that little tip gives you a lot of precision. And because it's a powder, if you mess up, it's totally easy to like fix. Where like sometimes liquid gets like really messy.
Yeah, I always do a cat eye and like I'll be like, okay, just a little one. And then I always have to keep drawing it farther out because I keep messing it up and it's
Y-
like out to
y-
here.
Yeah, next thing you know, like your entire eye is just black.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to my grandmother's. What the hell? It doesn't need to be this dramatic.
You know what I used to do? Okay, when I first started doing like makeup, I was so terrified to put eyeliner on women. I would convince them not to buy it. I'd be like,
It's
"Are you
hard.
sure?" I'm like, "This is gonna make your eyes really small. Have you ever thought about tightlining instead?"
Yeah.
But then
Oh, is
what
that when the
helped?
waterline?
Uh-huh. So I used to be like,
Okay.
"Oh, tightline instead. You don't need to do a liner." I'm like, because I was like, I don't know how to apply it.
Yeah.
Um, but what helped me is using powder first. I would use
Uh-huh.
that to like map out my liner, and then I would go over it with a liquid. Because then it was like I was
Oh,
tracing what was already there. So that really helped me kind of ease my way in, which now I can just like do liquid easily. But that was like my training wheels, using powder first.
that's so smart. Oh, I'm gonna try that. So then I can just do like the small one. It doesn't go crazy. Do you have any other makeup tips? You're so full of them.
Yeah. Like when it comes to complexion,
Mhm.
if you ever want like a more cream based consistency in your foundation,
Yeah.
and if you want it to like last even longer, I love uh, mixing a pump of primer into your foundation. It changes the
Oh,
consistency slightly to make it like more of a cream base, but you get a really smooth application. And then you also get that double like wear power because your primer is mixed into it. So that's
uh-huh.
a great tip to do too, especially if you want like if you have maybe a lighter base foundation and you want slightly
Mhm.
fuller coverage that day, that'll help.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a good one. And I actually just saw a TikTok where a girl was saying if you feel like your liquid makeup looks patchy, it's because you're not using enough. And I feel like a lot of my girlfriends, we talk about like, we'll just do like a little half pump of
Yeah.
like foundation. And yeah, I guess it's not enough.
Yeah, this will like if you're having that issue, try this. I think
Mhm.
it'll like make a huge
Yeah.
difference.
Thank you. I love that tip. Is there any makeup myths that you would like to debunk or beauty myths?
Yeah, one of my thing is like when people say like, "Oh, I have dry skin, I can't wear powder."
Hmm.
It's not necessarily true.
Interesting.
It's all about prep, right? If your skin is prepped accordingly, then you can wear any type of product. And I feel like a lot of the times, maybe don't wear it if you are really dry. Use
Uh-huh.
powder just to set certain areas. You don't have to use it all over the face, but you should always like set like T-zone and under eyes with a little bit of powder, and
Yeah.
then keep the rest of the skin looking like glowy and luminous.
I love that. Also, do you have any tips for applying makeup around like now I'm 30, we're getting some lines here, but like,
Girl, I'm
like I,
37. I feel you.
yeah, yeah. How do you have any tips of like keeping that area like nice and smooth? Because I do set it with powder and then I feel like it gets creases.
Yes. One, we have eyeshadow primer, which is one of our like big products from back in the day, but we have
Uh-huh.
an anti-aging version, which is slightly more hydrating. If you have
Oh,
issues with creasing, after your eye cream sets, apply a little bit of the eye primer under your eyes as well as like on your lid. Let that
oh,
dry. It's not going to feel drying, but it is going to work as a primer base for your concealer. Apply
whoa.
your concealer, and then what I like to do to set the under eyes is I go in with a pressed powder first and just kind of press that in and blur it out. And then I slightly dust with a loose powder, and you will have the most flawless under eyes that will stay intact all day without like creasing or budging.
Oh my God. I'm literally like writing all of this down. Like in my mind, I need to like go back and listen to this. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm going to buy all these things now. That you have like a
Like,
good answer for everything.
right? You're like, great. I did this today and now I'm broke.
Yeah, no, literally, literally. So are there any new products coming out at Urban Decay that you want to shout out or anything exciting in your career or at Urban Decay?
Like, I'm like, not you trying to get me fired.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, for the holidays, we just launched our Moondust palettes. There's a quad and there's the star palette, all inspired by Space Cowboy, which was the viral Moondust shadow. So we don't typically make Moondust palettes. It's always like seasonal for the holidays. So it's the best time to get it. And and there's always exclusive shades for the palettes alone. And then for 2025, we're going to kick off the year really fun and strong. So there's going to be some fun complexion stuff coming, and that's all I'll say.
Ooh, I'm so excited to see. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for you guys to have it. It's been a long time in the works, so I'm excited. I think a lot of people are going to be excited for it too.
Definitely. Well, we are coming to the end of our time, but before I let you go, I have 3 final questions for you that we call the Thoughtful 3. So first of all, what is your favorite piece of beauty advice?
To never take makeup seriously and just to have fun with it. Don't be scared to try different things and explore. That's what it's there for. And our founder used to always tell me, if you're scared to try something, the best time to do it is right before you go to bed, because if you mess up or you hate it, you're going to wash your face anyways.
Oh, that's a good tip. That's so true.
So that's for me. That's when I try like new things to see if I'm going to love it or hate it.
Yeah, yeah. And then when I was researching you, I loved what you had to say about kindness. Can you share why you feel leading with kindness is so important?
I feel like the world, not only does the world need it, but it's being kind costs nothing. Mm-hmm. And you have to remember that the way you present yourself really affects everyone else around you. And people, when you're kind to them, they will remember you and want to be around you and want to work with you. And if things come up, they think of you. So I think it's so important to present yourself with kindness and treat everyone with respect, from the person who's bringing coffee on set to the photographer to the producers. Like, everyone's equal. So I think it's just important to be kind, and it'll really get you far.
I love that. I forget where this quote's from, but it says people won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And so I always try to remember that.
100% accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's certain people who have made me feel really not good, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Like, I remember middle school. I very, well, not let it go. But very true.
Yeah, and then all you jobs out there from high school.
Exactly. Look at you now. And then lastly, what would you tell your younger self knowing what you know now?
I would tell myself that, don't give up. Go down the path that you want to go down, regardless of what family may think or the obstacles you go through. Be open to new opportunities, even though you might think that they're not going to take you on the path you want to go down. Be open to new experiences. And number one thing is to enjoy the journey, because it's going to get really good and you're going to be living your dream. So just be patient and enjoy it while you're going through it.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I had so much fun getting to talk with you. So great meeting you.
You're such a doll. I can't wait to meet in person one day, but this was so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Of course.